It's cold now. All that going back and forth, with it being 70 degrees and 80 degrees, I think that's over with. So I'm out here on this morning walk, and I saw a friend of mine this morning, and he asked me, he like, are you going out in this frigid weather to do a walk? And I was like, yeah. I go out every day. I had a couple of people ask me the same question over the weekend. And the one thing I tell people is that if you live in a certain area for most of your life, then if you're in your 40s and 50s, you probably seen the worst that it can get, and you probably seen the best that it can get. And so you gotta prepare. Get your gloves, get your hoodies, your hats, and make it happen. The reason why, for me, I do as much as I can to be consistent with the walk on a daily basis is because you gotta fortify yourself. And when you fortify yourself, it allows you to stand up against things that could be up against you, that could really tear you down otherwise. So with this whole journey to be more healthy, if you want to live to be 70, 80, 90, maybe 100, the people who live that long have to make decisions and make sacrifices. And oftentimes when you live that long, it sounds like it's something that's really great, but along the way you lose a lot of people. So you blessed if you're 95 years old and you got a friend base of other 90 and 95 year olds, but normally that's not how it works. So you make some choices and sacrifices to prolong your life, and not everybody around you will do that. And the sad part about the choices we make in the negative is that when we get sick prematurely, when we find ourselves depressed, or when we find ourselves just in bad predicaments, it doesn't just impact us, it impacts the people we love, because the people we love, they find themselves really attaching themselves to your problem, whether they want to or not. So for those of us in our 40s, we're gonna start going to more funerals. And every time somebody dies, or every time somebody's in a bad situation, it bleeds over into your life a little bit, whether you admit it or not. And so you gotta fortify yourself with good habits every day so that you can block off some of that emotional turmoil that you might inherit from other people. So for me, my walks every day are not about simply my health from a physical perspective, but also my mental health. It allows me to be able to cleanse my mind and walk for a minute and just think about some things and come up with answers to my own problems, and also how I respond to the things that I inherit from other people. So this day like today, as cold as it is, it's more important for me to walk today than it would be if it were 80 degrees outside. These are the days that really fortify, my protection of my mental and physical health by getting out here and preparing to walk and actually getting to walk in. So that's just some thoughts from me today to y'all in real time. Do some things every day that will fortify you, that will really build you up and allow you to protect yourself. Health is not just about looking good or about what the number says on the scale, right? But it's that pattern, it's that consistency, that no matter what, when situations occur, you still have some positive habits and patterns that you participate in. So, that's my thought for y'all today as I'm out here on this walk, and it's super cold. I got on a coat, hoodie, and hat. Got gloves on, the whole nine. So it's really that time of year. But I can't afford to put it off until April. That's too long. Too many bad habits can be developed at that point. And when you think about this period we're about to go into, people start taking off from work, using their leave. You start being at home more often. The days start running into one another. You start forgetting what day of the week it is, what date it is. You start eating uncontrollably. You start laying around. You're not motivated, and the next thing you know is February, and you done develop some real bad habits going into a new year. So Just think about that. How can you fortify yourself today and every day after that?